Well, there it is. It's 9 a.m. on Saturday, December the 15th. That's the temperature in the shop. Outside it's just above freezing. And so we're going to take that freeway run in the Karmann Ghia. So I just want to let you know what we're looking at temperature wise. It's kind of overcast and ugly out today also, but a little bit nippy for Northern California. Well, here it is, our 1974 VW Karmann Ghia, and it is now starting to sprinkle. But we're going to go for the long promised freeway run. We ended up putting new brushes in this vehicle. They have not been fully seated yet. It has been raining off and on this last week, and we've been driving this car, seating the brushes, and it is quite filthy. And so hopefully it's not going to rain too hard, and we'll have a nice view driving down the freeway. But when we get back, I'll pull it in the shop and show you under the bonnet and under the deck lid. I mean, you've seen it before in other videos, but we'll show you again real quick. So we got the GoPro in place, so let's hop in and go for a spin. Alright, this is the view from the driver's seat on the back side of our shop here. There's the instrument clusters, and of course the JLD 404 and the EMS display from Elite Power Solutions. And so we're right at 96% of state of charge, and that equates to, it's showing we've used 3¼ amp hours. So we'll pack's at 146.8 volts, and so we're pulling 2.8 amps. That's with the blower going and the battery being charged, that kind of thing. So let's take a spin. This can be about a 20-mile round trip. We'll be on Interstate 5, up and down terrain, and we'll be running at 65-70 miles an hour. Pretty much with traffic flow. Traffic tends to run that speed, maybe a little bit faster. And so, let's go. Since putting the new brushes in, I've been taking off in first gear a little more often. Normally I only use second gear, but since we're breaking in the brushes, I've been trying to take it easy on them, not pump too many amps through them all at once, and so I've been using first gear for starting off. Anyway, like I mentioned before, it's a cold, overcast day in Shasta County, California. We're just above freezing. The shop's not heated overnight, so it was down in the low 40s in the shop. Gets up to 50 miles an hour. It's real easy, no problem. Didn't have any other material for a show prepared for this week, so kind of doing the freeway run on not the most optimal day. Be nice to do it when it's a little warmer, maybe some sunshine, blue skies, and not rain on the windshield. But
but we'll go ahead and do it today, and we can do it again another time also. That's 55 miles an hour. No engine noise, but this car has not been restored yet, so we have plenty of wind noise through old gaskets and so forth. And then it's an old unibody type of car, and so you got a fair amount of road noise. Coming up with the intersection of Interstate 5. We're 10 miles north of Redding, and so we're going to head into Redding, swing around and come on back. So that'll give us about a 20-mile round trip. Okay, here's the freeway entrance. Karmann Ghia handles very nice, takes the corners nice and flat. There's 60 miles an hour, fourth gear. I'll run this truck here. There's 70 miles an hour. There you have it. We're running just over 70 miles an hour. It's a little windy outside. Slight sprinkle. About 34 degrees out. Running 75. I don't think I want to go too much faster than an orange Karmann Ghia. I don't really like to get tickets. We'll keep her down here around 70 and hopefully stay under the radar. We're pulling a grade all this way, which is going to increase here in a moment. I don't know how well these things show up on camera. Maintaining my 71 miles an hour. We're pulling out of the pack. We're pulling, right now we're pulling about 250 amps. The good old NetGain ImPulse and it's fun to drive. Downhill here we're doing 75, 100 amps. Now we're going to start pulling the grade again. Back up to about 240 amps. Looks like the windshield wiper on the passenger side, which is what the GoPro is looking out, needs to be replaced. Take this exit right here, go towards the Sundial Bridge. I'm off the throttle, so we're only drawing 1.9 amps right now. We're at 66 miles an hour, so just continue to stay off the throttle. Get a little free mileage here. It drives like any other car. It's nice and responsive on the throttle. 65 right now. I mean, just without any effort, it accelerates nice and easy. Karmann Ghia came with front disc brakes. So it brakes nice and easy. This is the Reading Convention Center, Turtle Bay Exploration Park, and you can see the tip of the world famous Sundial Bridge. Take a cruise through the parking lot here. There's the Sundial Bridge through the trees. Probably not supposed to pull in here, but we're going to do it anyway. So look as we go by, you'll see the Sundial Bridge. Turnabout here. There's the bridge. Nice thing about a small car, they can make a nice tight turn. Let's see, coming into town, we've used 24.9 amp hours, which is substantially more than we used to use. Used to be able to do this on about 16. So with these brushes not being seated, we're using a little bit more juice than we normally do. But every day it gets better and better. Noticing a little better performance every day. Back onto Highway 44, which will then take us back to I-5, back to the shop. Well, that was second gear start right there. Back up to 60, 65, 70. Interchange with I-5, 25 mile an hour exit, not in a Karmann Ghia. Here's 50. Of course the road is wet, so we're not going to push it, folks. I don't want to do a little spin out on camera. And, we're down to 45. Oops. Back up to 55. 60, 65, and we are pulling a grade, and I'm up to 73 already. So as you can see, it's just a nice driving, riding car, freeway, surface streets, it doesn't matter. Does them all real good. We're pulling 200 amps and 72 miles an hour pulling this grade. And all this with the little ImPulse 9 motor from NetGain and the Curtis 1231C 500 amp controller. I'm doing 75 miles an hour right now. We'll back off a little bit here. And even at over 70, I got cars gaining on me. Interstate 5 at 70 miles an hour. Like I said, we're pulling a grade. There's actually an elevation difference between our shop and town of about 300 and some odd feet. But it's up and down. Still pulling about 212 amps. We're downhill again, down to about 110 amps and 73 miles per hour. So I don't baby the car. I drive it just like I drive all my other vehicles. If I had to drive it differently, I'd have no use for it. What I do like about it is I can drive it just like any other vehicle, and it uses no gasoline, produces no emissions, has very little maintenance, and it's fun to drive. I'd much rather drive an electric Karmann Ghia than a gasoline Karmann Ghia. Winter weather, carry chains, reduce speed. When they close the interstate, they usually do it a mile north of our exit. Well, 2 miles north of the exit we're going to take to the shop here. So, City of Shasta Lake, next 2 exits. We'll be taking the first exit. Running at 73 miles per hour. A 1974 Karmann Ghia. All electric. The gasoline version was screaming at 74. 75. Pull off the freeway and stop, and there's no noise. First few times I drove an electric car, it was a little bit of a panicky situation, because you're thinking the engine stalled. You have this insecure feeling that when you go to accelerate and leave the stop sign that it's not going to move. But fortunately that's not the case. Another little grade here. We whip up to 50 miles an hour, no problem. Our freeway run, 20-mile round trip on Interstate 5 into Redding and back from our shop on a cold December morning in Shasta County with a light rain falling. And of course we're running wipers and headlights. And we're running pretty good speed. And we used, well, by the time we get back to the shop, we will have used 50 amp hours. Substantially more than I normally do making that run, which is usually about 38. So, on level ground, this thing will run 1.3 to 1.5 amp hours per mile, and not the case today. Actually used more than our normal calculation, which should be 2 amp hours per mile. We did more than that. Like I said, the brushes haven't seated yet, and so that's just been kind of the par for the course, as we're using a little more throttle than we would normally to achieve certain power or speed. At the shop. Quick little run. You can do 20 miles pretty quickly at 74 miles an hour. We probably averaged right around 70 for the trip. And so here we are. I'll squeeze her back in the shop, and we'll do the little walk around with the deck lid up and so forth. And so stay with us.
Alright, here's underneath the bonnet. This car has not been finished. We haven't done any of the cosmetics on it yet. But that's the charger. And down in the wheel well there, where the spare tire was originally, is our auxiliary battery, our DC to DC converter, our inertia switch, so forth. There's the charge port, and let's step around back and we'll take a look at the engine bay. Well, here's the engine bay, now motor bay. Quite dirty. This car is driven daily, and like I said, we've been driving in the rain and everything else, and so again, it's not completed. We don't have the complete enclosure like we do on our VWs. That hasn't been done on this one yet. There's the Curtis and the Garrett supercharger used for cooling the motor on this one. And after that run, nice and cool. Nice and cool. Again, nice and cool. So, of course, like I said, the ambient air temperature today is about 34 degrees right now. So it's quite chilly. And there you have it for our Karmann Ghia Freeway run. We look forward to your questions, and we'll be back to answering those next week on the EV Answer Man. Thanks for watching.